Filet steak, the king of steaks, needs no introduction. This lean and tender cut of beef is coveted for its melt-in-your-mouth texture and rich flavor. Paired with a luxurious mushroom sauce and accompanied by perfectly cooked potato pave, it's a dish that screams indulgence. Don't be intimidated by the seemingly complex preparation. I'm here to guide you through each step with my simple instructions. You'll be creating a restaurant-quality filet steak dinner right in your own kitchen. So let's get started. Marinating the fillet steak is crucial for maximizing its tenderness and flavor. Start by generously seasoning your steak with salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Drizzle a tablespoon of olive oil over the meat, ensuring it's evenly coated. For a deeper flavor, add a sprig of fresh thyme and a crushed garlic clove. Gently massage the marinade into the steak, then cover and refrigerate for at least 2 hours, or ideally overnight. The potato pave adds a touch of elegance to our dish. This classic French preparation transforms the humble potato into a gourmet delight, perfect for any high-end dining experience. The layers of thinly sliced potatoes infused with aromatic herbs and rich butter create a symphony of flavors and textures that is both sophisticated and comforting. Begin by thinly slicing potatoes, about 1/8 inch thick. It's important to use a sharp knife or a mandolin to ensure uniform slices, which will help the potatoes cook evenly. The thin slices will also allow the flavors to meld together beautifully during the baking process. For the aromatic butter, finely chop fresh rosemary and thyme. These herbs not only add a wonderful fragrance, but also enhance the overall flavor profile of the dish. You can also experiment with other herbs like sage or tarragon to create your own unique twist on this classic recipe. Melt a knob of butter in a saucepan and add the herbs, letting them infuse the butter with their fragrance. The gentle heat will release the essential oils from the herbs, creating a rich and aromatic butter that will permeate every layer of the potato pave. Layer the potato slices in a greased oven-proof dish, overlapping slightly. This overlapping technique ensures that each slice is well coated with the herb butter and that the layers stick together, creating a cohesive and visually appealing dish. Brush each layer generously with the herb butter, seasoning with salt and pepper as you go. The seasoning is crucial as it brings out the natural flavors of the potatoes and the herbs, making each bite a delightful experience. Be sure to cover every inch of the potatoes with the butter mixture to achieve that perfect golden crust. Bake in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes or until golden brown and cooked through. The baking process allows the potatoes to become tender while the top layer turns crispy and golden, adding a delightful contrast in texture. Once done, let it rest for a few minutes before serving to allow the flavors to settle. Enjoy this elegant dish as a side or a main course and savor the symphony of flavors in every bite. The mushroom sauce is the crowning glory of this dish. Its rich, velvety texture and deep, earthy flavors elevate any meal to a gourmet experience. Whether you're serving it over pasta, drizzling it on a steak, or simply enjoying it with a piece of crusty bread, this sauce is sure to impress. Finally, chop a mix of your favorite mushrooms. Cremini, shiitake, and oyster mushrooms work wonderfully. The combination of these varieties brings a complex and robust flavor profile to the sauce. Cremini mushrooms add a meaty texture, shiitake mushrooms contribute a smoky depth, and oyster mushrooms offer a delicate, slightly sweet note. Make sure to clean the mushrooms thoroughly before chopping. You can use a damp cloth or a soft brush to remove any dirt. Avoid washing them under running water as mushrooms absorb water quickly, which can affect the texture of the sauce. In a hot pan with butter, sauté the mushrooms until they release their moisture and turn golden brown. This step is crucial as it concentrates the flavors and gives the sauce its rich umami taste. Be patient and let the mushrooms cook slowly, stirring occasionally to ensure even browning. Add minced garlic and cook for another minute. The garlic adds a fragrant aroma and a subtle kick to the sauce. Make sure not to burn the garlic as it can turn bitter. Stir constantly and keep an eye on the heat. Pour in a splash of white wine, scraping up any brown bits from the bottom of the pan. The wine not only deglazes the pan, but also adds a layer of acidity that balances the richness of the sauce. Choose a dry, white wine for the best results. Simmer until the wine reduces by half. This reduction intensifies the flavors and ensures that the alcohol evaporates, leaving behind a concentrated essence. The sauce will start to thicken slightly at this stage. Stir in heavy cream and let the sauce simmer until it thickens to your liking. The cream adds a luxurious texture and a mellow sweetness that complements the earthy mushrooms. Keep the heat low and stir occasionally to prevent the sauce from curdling. Season with salt, pepper, and a touch of nutmeg for warmth. The nutmeg adds a subtle hint of spice that enhances the overall flavor without overpowering the dish. Taste the sauce and adjust the seasoning as needed. Serve immediately and enjoy the velvety indulgence of this exquisite mushroom sauce. Section 5. Rich meat sauce. Elevating the steak experience. For an extra layer of richness, we'll be making a simple yet flavorful meat sauce. In the same pan you cook the steaks, add a tablespoon of butter. Sprinkle in a tablespoon of all-purpose flour and cook for a minute, stirring constantly. This will create a roux, the base of our sauce. Gradually whisk in beef broth, ensuring no lumps form. Simmer the sauce until it thickens to your desired consistency. Season with salt and pepper to taste. Section 6. Blanched and sautéed garnishes, a burst of freshness. To add a pop of color and freshness, we'll blanch some green beans and cherry tomatoes. Bring a pot of salted water to a boil. Prepare an ice bath by filling a bowl with ice water. Blanch the green beans for 2 to 3 minutes, then immediately transfer them to the ice bath to stop the cooking process. Blanch the cherry tomatoes for 30 seconds, then peel off the skins. In a pan with a drizzle of olive oil, sauté the blanched green beans and tomatoes for a few minutes until heated through. Section 7. Cooking the fillet steak, achieving medium rare perfection. Now for the star of the show, the fillet steak. This cut of meat is renowned for its tenderness and rich flavor, making it a favorite among steak lovers. When cooked to perfection, it offers a melt-in-your-mouth experience that is simply unparalleled. Today, we will guide you through the steps to achieve that perfect medium rare fillet steak, ensuring that every bite is a delight. Remove the steaks from the refrigerator 30 minutes before cooking to bring them to room temperature. This step is crucial, as it ensures even cooking throughout the steak. If the steak is too cold, the outside may cook faster than the inside, leading to an unevenly cooked piece of meat. Allowing it to come to room temperature helps in achieving that perfect medium-rare doneness. Pat them dry with paper towels. Removing excess moisture from the surface of the steak is essential for achieving a good sear. When the steak is dry, it will develop a beautiful caramelized crust when it hits the hot pan. This crust not only adds flavor but also locks in the juices, keeping the steak tender and juicy. Heat a cast iron skillet over high heat until it's smoking hot. A cast iron skillet is ideal for cooking steaks because it retains and distributes heat evenly. Heating it until it's smoking hot ensures that the steak will sear quickly, creating that desirable crust without overcooking the inside. Add a tablespoon of oil to the pan. Use an oil with a high smoke point, such as canola or vegetable oil, to prevent it from burning. The oil helps to create a non-stick surface and aids in the browning process, ensuring that the steak develops a rich golden crust. Sear the steaks for 2 minutes per side to achieve a beautiful crust. This initial searing is done at high heat to lock in the flavors and juices. The goal is to create a deep golden brown crust that enhances the steak's flavor profile. Be sure not to move the steaks around too much during this process, as this can prevent the crust from forming properly. Reduce the heat to medium and continue cooking for another 3 to 4 minutes per side for medium rare. This step ensures that the steak cooks evenly to the desired doneness. Medium rare is often considered the perfect level of doneness for a fillet steak, as it maintains the meat's tenderness and juiciness while allowing the flavors to fully develop. Use a meat thermometer to check for doneness. 130 to 135 degrees Fahrenheit or 54 to 57 degrees Celsius is ideal. A meat thermometer is a reliable tool to ensure that your steak is cooked to perfection. Insert it into the thickest part of the steak to get an accurate reading. Once the steak reaches the desired temperature, remove it from the heat and let it rest for a few minutes before serving. This resting period allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat, resulting in a more flavorful and succulent steak. Section 8. Plating and presentation. A feast for the eyes. Let the steaks rest for 5 to 10 minutes before slicing. This allows the juices to redistribute, ensuring a tender and flavorful steak. Slice the steaks against the grain. On each plate, arrange a generous portion of potato pave. Top with the sliced fillet steak. Spoon the creamy mushroom sauce over the steak and drizzle the meat sauce around the plate. Garnish with the blanched and sautéed green beans and cherry tomatoes. For an extra touch of elegance, sprinkle chopped chives over the sauce. Section 9. Conclusions, savoring the moment. There you have it, a restaurant-quality fillet steak dinner made with your own two hands. Pour yourself a glass of your favorite red wine, sit back and savor the fruits of your labor. Remember, cooking is about passion and enjoyment. Don't be afraid to experiment and add your own personal touch to this classic dish. Enjoy!